If I look and or sound ill today, that's because I am, so sorry about that. I'm going to keep this a brief video hence, and I'm going to talk about the Goodreads Choice Awards, because the early nominees came out yesterday, I think. So I just wanted to have a look at those nominees together with you and have a look at books that I have read and what my thoughts are about them. And if this year I feel comfortable selecting like a winner for certain categories or not. But we'll just get started. The first category is fiction, and we each time get 20 nominees for each category. I was hoping to recognize a lot of fiction. I do recognize a lot of them, but I don't think that I've read all of them. Let's run through these quickly. Dream Count, I haven't heard of. Then there's Frederick Bachman, My Friends, I have read that one. Cursed Daughters, have not heard of. Sonia and Sunny, no. The Correspondent, no. The Three Lives of Kate Kay, I have on my to-be-read shelves. The Academy, haven't heard of this book. I do think I've heard of this author, Alan Hildebrand, and it seems interesting because I always love a book about schools. Hard to Love, I have not heard about. The Names, I have read. The Names by Florence Knapp. Goodie. So 2 books read so far. River is Waiting by Wally Lamb. Haven't read anything by Wally Lamb before. Do have some of his books on my to-be-read shelves, but haven't gotten around to them. Summer Storm, no. A Guardian and a Thief, no. Wild Dark Shore is on my to-be-read shelves. What We Can Know, no. People Like Us, no. The Girls Who Grew Big, no. We All Live Here. I might have that one on my shelves, I don't even remember. Life and Death and Giants, never heard of that. 3 Days in June, I have that one on my shelves. And The Emperor of Gladness by Ocean Vuong, I also have that one on my shelves, but haven't read it. Okay, so about 4 or 5 that are here but haven't been read, and 2 books that I have actually read. So let's talk about those, because I know something to say about them. First we had The Names by Florence Knapp. This book is about 3 different timelines, and in each timeline a boy is named a different way, and because of his name these timelines differ. Now I kind of like this book. It was a debut novel, I believe, and for a debut novel it definitely was alright. I was sort of disappointed in it though, because I was expecting it to really be about the name itself being the reason that these lives were different, but it wasn't so much because of the name. It was more about a certain person's reaction to the name. Well, you'll have to read the book to know what I mean by that, but yeah, it was alright, but not like the best book that I've read. And then the other book that I did read was My Friends by Frederick Bachman, and I really enjoyed that one. That was a really good book. It made me cry. It is about this girl who sort of breaks and enters in this museum to see a certain painting, and then she shortly gets to meet the creator of the painting, and then she inherits the painting, and she goes on this whole trip in which she discovers the meaning behind the painting, or the story behind the painting. I actually really like that one. So yeah, I have definitely not read all 20 of these books, so this is not a very informed feeling or idea for me, but I would suggest My Friends by Frederick Bachman as a winner for the fiction section. Moving on to historical fiction, Strangers in Time, don't know. The Book Club for Troublesome Women, don't know, but sounds like me. What Kind of Paradise, don't know. The First Switch of Boston, no. Homeseeking is on my to-be-read shelves. I've heard good things about it, but haven't read it. The Lost Story of Eva Fuentes, no. The Bright Years, no. The Stolen Queen, Junie, Isola, no. Broken Country on my shelves, but haven't read it yet. The Stolen Life of Colette Marceau, no. Amity, The Secret Book Society, no. The Amalfi Curse is on my shelves. The Hounding, no. Atmosphere, I've read Atmosphere, let's talk about it in a bit. Buckeye, no. The Lilac People, no. And Good Dirt, No. So in this case, 3 books on my shelves, but I cannot judge them, and only 1 book read, which was Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, I personally didn't really like Atmosphere. It was well written because Taylor Jenkins Reid can write, so it's not like a bad book by any means, but it was definitely not my favorite by her. And I found that it was a bit like purposefully scripted to make you cry at the end, and I did not really get involved with the characters. I forgot to talk about what it is about. Atmosphere is about a female astronaut in the 80s, and she starts this relationship with another woman, which is also quite intense, being in the 80s. So yeah, a lot of firsts, a lot of, good things going on for females, I'd say. So good book in that respect, but no, this wasn't my favorite. And since I cannot talk about any of the other books, I have no vote for the historical fiction section. Moving on to mystery and thriller, we have The Secret of Secrets by Dan Brown. I haven't read it. I know that a Book Forest was reading a lot of Dan Brown, so maybe she got around to this one. Next there is The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark. I still have to read this one, so it is on my shelves, and it was on my November to be read, but then someone over on Instagram asked me to do a buddy read in December for The Ghostwriter, so I will be reading The Ghostwriter this year, but I haven't read it yet. Then Gone Before Goodbye, don't know it. King of Ashes, don't know it. Beautiful Ugly, no. The Missing Half, Heartwood, The Widow, no, although it's by John Grisham. I should still read something by John Grisham, but I haven't yet. Not Quite That Yet is on my shelves. Oh, Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. I have read that one. You Killed Me First by John Mars is on my shelves. Famous Last Words, The Crash, The Intruder, no. Tenant, no. 3 Frida McFadden's on here. Oh god. I read The Teacher last year, and I didn't like The Teacher at all. I thought it was pretty bad. So I do feel like I have to give Frida McFadden just one more other chance, and I will be doing that by reading The Housemaid, I think, because it's her most popular one. But I'm very afraid that I'm just not like a Frida McFadden person. Sorry about that. The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman is on my shelves, but I still have to start that whole series of The Thursday Murder Club. The Perfect Divorce, no. We Are All Guilty Here, no. Karen Slaughter, though, yeah. I have only read 1 Karen Slaughter, which was pretty good, and I still think about that book a lot. So I should read more Karen Slaughter. Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping, no. And Forget Me Not, no. Alright, so that makes 3 books on my to be read. 1 book that I will be reading next month, and 1 book that I've actually read, which was Don't Let Them In by Lisa Jewell. Alright, Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell is about a man, and he has this relationship with a woman, but then there is this other woman who is starting a relationship with a man, and you kind of start figuring out quite soon that something is up and that they probably are the same man. Now this thriller was not the kind of thriller that you want to read if you like a big plot twist or like this big intense ending. But it was quite a good thriller in the sense that it was very psychological, and why this works, and why this man is doing what he is doing, and how these women are reacting to everything that is going on. So I actually enjoyed reading Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell. I have enjoyed other books by her more. I'm trying to think what it was called again. It was the one a bit podcast. I can't remember the title right now. I'll put it on the screen. And that one was actually better than this one. So if this one wins, Don't Let Him In, if this one wins for mystery and thriller, I won't be mad, but I do hope that there is something better on the list still than this one. Moving on to romance, and I think this one will be very short because I haven't read any romance as far as I know. Let's have a look what's on here. Backborough Steel, no. Love Range, no. First Time Caller, no. The Favorites is on my bookshelf somewhere, on my to be read shelf. One Golden Summer, no. Gingerbread Bakery, no. Ellie Hazelwood, no. I read, what was it called? The Pink Book by Ellie Hazelwood, and I didn't like it at all, so no, I'm not reading her anymore. Problematic Summer, no. And Emily Henry, of course, her new book. Haven't read it this year. Heard it is a bit different than her other ones. King of Envy, no. Oh, Abby Jimenez. I haven't read this book in particular, but I liked her red book last year. Oh god, titles. I'm telling you, I'm ill. My brain is not braining, so yeah. Spiral, If It Makes You Happy, Times so Story of My Life, Wild Side, Rerun, Sight, and Spare, no. Tourist Season, no. So no, I haven't read any of the books in the romance section. I have The Favorites on my shelves because I heard that it's a bit more than just romance. It is about the skaters and their story to fame or something. So I don't know. I believe that Emily Henry won last year. And last year I would have wanted Abby Jimenez to win because of the book that I read by her that I actually enjoyed. So maybe I want Abby Jimenez to win this year, even though I haven't read the book, just to make up for last year. Moving on to romantasy, let's have a look. The Wings of Blood, no. The Songbird and the Heart of Stone, it's on here, but I have to still start that whole series. Our Vicious Oats, no. The Compendium of Lost Tales, I have read that one. That was the third book in the Emily Wilde series, so I read that one. Silver Elite is on my shelves. Night and the Moth is on my shelves. Mate, no. Irresistible Urge, no. A Compass to the Villain, no. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping is on my shelves. Bonds of Hercules, no. Wrath of the Fallen, no. Shield of Sparrows, no. Will to Reverence, no. Alchemized, it's everywhere right now. I don't have it. Let me know if I should buy it. Enchantress, no. Direbound, no. Rose and Chains, no. Immortals, no. Onyx Storm, yes, I've read that one. So I have 3 on my to be read shelves, and I've actually read 2 of these. Now the first one was Compendium of Lost Tales, the third book in the Emily Wilde series by Heather Fawcett. I didn't like it. I liked the first book in the series quite a bit. It is about Emily Wilde, and she studies fairies, and she has this colleague of hers who is, well, apparently like a fairy himself in disguise, and they go on adventures to map the fairies or to find information about fairies. And I liked the first book. I didn't really like the second book, and I definitely didn't like the third book. It's all cozy fantasy, but it just somehow doesn't really work for me. I think I expect too much from it, and then it disappoints. So I guess the problem is me. And then I have read Onyx Storm, and the whole Fourth Wing series is something that I actually enjoy reading. It is a lot of fun. I know it's far from perfect, but I can see like everything that is wrong with it, and that it definitely isn't like the best series that is out there or anything like that. But I do enjoy reading them a lot. I have a lot of fun with them. However, I do not think that Onyx Storm deserves to be like the best book here. So once again, I cannot tell you which one should be the best romantasy book of the year, but it doesn't have to be Onyx Storm for me. Okay, moving on to fantasy, we have The Devils, Don't Know, Brigands and Bread Knives. That one still has to come out. I think I have pre-ordered this one. It would be the third book in the Legends and Latte series, which I still have to start anyway, so it's another book for my to be read shelves. A Drop of Corruption I do have on my shelves, but I have to start that series as well. Thief of Night I do not have. The Society of Unknowable Objects, no. The River Has Roots, no. Alchemy of Secrets, no. Everlasting, The Sirens, King's Sorrow, no. The Raven Scholar I have on my shelves. I have heard really good things about it. I really want to read it actually, but it's quite a big boy, so I don't know when I'll get to it, but I'm looking forward to reading it. The Strength of the Few, this one actually arrived today. There we go. I had it on pre-order. I still have to read the first one and The Will of the Many, so this one is just going on the shelves as well. But I have heard that it's a good series. I think it's quite strange that both this book and, which one was it? Brigands and Bread Knives are on this list already because they just appeared. So how can you vote for them if you haven't been able to read them already? Or am I missing something here? Is there something that I'm not getting? I don't know. Next there is Hemlock and Silver by T. Kingfisher. I don't have it, but I do want to buy it. I just read Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher, which was my first book by this author, and I liked that one quite a lot, so I'm interested in reading more of these fairy tale adaptations. Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, I have read that one. We'll talk about it in a second. Red City, I don't know. Resistance of Witches, don't know. Wind and Truth, Brandon Sanderson, no. Still have to start on Brandon Sanderson. Haven't read anything by him yet. Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, I have it on my shelves. The Incandescent I have on my shelves. And What a Moon I have on my shelves. So, so about 6 books on my shelves and only one that I have read. And that one was Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. And I didn't like that book at all. It is about this university student at a magic school, or in the magic department, and her professor dies and she follows him into hell to get him out because she needs him to give her great recommendations and stuff like that. And I was expecting a lot from this book, and it dragged for me. It was really not a fun book to read. It felt like it was written by different people. It felt like it was mismatched. It was not a complete or fluent book, and it didn't know what it wanted to be, so I don't know what it wanted to be. So yeah. Now if I look at these books, I do believe that there is a big chance that Catabasis will win this category, and I really hope it doesn't. So I'm trying to cast a negative vote here, which I'm sorry about. I don't want to be negative, but in this case, no, there must be something on here that is better than Catabasis. I have faith. Yeah. Moving on to science fiction. Dissolution, no. The Poppy Fields I have on my shelves, but haven't read. Local Heavens, no. The Book of Lost Hours. Saltgrove, no. I think we've been here before, no. The Dream Hotel is on my shelves. These Memories Do Not Belong to Us, no. The Memory Collectors, no. Automatic Noodle, no. Death of the Author is on my shelves. The Once and Future Me, no. What even is the title of this one? Luminous, no. The Compound, no. The Shattering Peace, When the Moon Hits Your Eye, Shroud, Of Monsters and Mainframes, Merge, Luck, no. All of them, no. I have 3 of these on my shelves. I haven't read any. So I'm sorry, nothing about science fiction. Moving on to horror, we have The Haunting, We Love You Bunny. Oh no, that's like the sequel to Bunny by Mona Awad, which I don't like at all. So no, definitely no. Bat Eater, no. When the Wolf Comes, no. Possession, How Bad Things, What Hunger, Stone Rachel, no. Oh, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls is on my shelves. Immaculate Conception is on my shelves. The Buffalo Hunter is on my shelves. Neverfringe, Lida, Bewitching, Lamb, Coffin Moon, but nope. I haven't read any of these. I'm starting to feel like this is becoming more of a hey, you have this huge to be read and you haven't read anything this year kind of thing. I really thought I did better than this year. I really thought that I read more books that actually came out this year. But there we go. Apparently I failed. Then we have debut novels. I feel like all of these are from all the different categories. I have only read the names of this list. I wouldn't mind the names winning in the category of debut novel, but once again, I haven't read the rest, so I don't know if there is anything better on here. Then there is this whole category of audiobooks. I cannot tell you anything about this one. I don't listen to audiobooks that often, and if I do, I listen to older books that are more comfort reads for me, so I can listen to them like in the background while doing other stuff, and I don't feel like I have to concentrate as much. But I do absolutely love that there is a section for audiobooks in the Goodreads Choice Awards, because I do think that audiobooks are a great help for a lot of people. Like, I have students who are dyslexic, and to them it's wonderful if they can listen to a great audiobook. Well, we all love a great audiobook, but I do feel like it deserves a place here. So I'm happy that it exists. I just couldn't give you any opinion on it if I wanted to. Moving on to young adult fantasy and sci-fi, Rebel Witch is on my shelves. Sunrise of the Reaping I have read. Oathbound is on my shelves. Hazelthorn no. Hecate no. Breath of the Dragon, A Forgery of Fate. Fairy Spiral. Watch Me. Immortal Consequence. House of Sapphire. Floating Worlds. No. Fearless is on my shelves, but I don't really feel like reading it because I didn't really like the other books in the series. Wings of Starlight, The Rose Bargain, Our Infinite Fates, Never Ever After, Otherwise Post, Language of Dragons, Heavenly Diamond. No. Alright, so 2 of these are on my to-be-read shelves, and only 1 of these I've read, which is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Yes, I loved reading this one. It was a story of Haymitch, Haymitch from the Hunger Games. I don't think I have to talk about it too much. I feel like everybody knows the Hunger Games. So I absolutely loved reading this book. I loved being in the games again. The whole Hunger Games trilogy is one of my favorite series that I've ever read. So yeah, this could be my winner. I would absolutely love for this book to win. I don't care that I haven't read any of the others. Sunrise on the Reaping is my pick. Yeah. And then we get to the last couple of categories, which I'm pretty sure I haven't read anything from. I'll go through them really quickly. First we have young adult fiction. I haven't read any of these books. I have Dating and Dragons on my shelves, but I don't know if I'll be reading that anytime soon. And I don't even have any of the others, so I have no opinion on this one. I haven't read any non-fiction this year, and if I look at these books... Oh, I actually do have one on my shelves. I have One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This. I haven't read it yet. It seems interesting though. I don't normally gravitate towards non-fiction, but I should pick it up a bit more often maybe. But I just feel like magical worlds and other different worlds are my place to be. Memoirs, I haven't read any memoirs, and I do not have any of these on my shelves either. And then we have history and biography. No, I don't own any of these, haven't read any of these either. So okay, it definitely feels like I've been talking to you like, oh, I haven't read this. I don't know if I should feel guilty or if I should feel like I'm not a great reader to be on YouTube if I don't read the books that apparently deserve awards or might deserve an award. But you know what? I don't mind. I have read a lot of good books this year that haven't been published in the last year. And apparently I have read books this year that were published this year that I did not like. So yeah, I don't really mind. Alright, if you stuck around till the end, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have read any of the books that are nominated and what your thoughts are on all of these. Whether they are positive or negative, it doesn't matter. We are all free to speak out here. I hope you liked the video anyway, and I hope to see you soon in another one. Bye!